The year 1861. The once united country now divided by hatred, the North and the South, would soon partake in one of the bloodiest wars the world has ever seen. Over 600,000 casualties, some of these soldiers young boys. Men of background stood together in brigades, marching to the beat of rope tension drums. Regiment band members sounded formation orders, boosted the morale of soldiers, and even put down their instruments to aid the wounded. General Robert E. Lee, commander of the Confederate Army, expressed the importance of brass bands during the Civil War, saying, "I don't believe we can have an army without music." The Indiana Brass Band joined the 105th Pennsylvania Infantry in 1861. They would later grow to form the Wildcat Regiment Band. John C. Smith, a shoemaker of Indiana, and John T. Stratton of Strattonville recruited the original band members. Men and boys from Indiana, Jefferson, Clarion, Clearfield, and Westmoreland counties stood in formation playing their brass instruments. 130 years later, the Wildcats play on.
We have always attempted to be an accurate representation of a 19th century brass band. And from the beginning, it was important for us to put together an organization that reflected what was once here.
So we do play on original instruments, and we do play music strictly from the mid-19th century period. There aren't very many places that an audience can hear a concert like that and see that visual presentation. We really hope that somebody who's never seen a band before can come in there and see a vision and hear music as it was over 150 years ago.
That had to be done with personnel. It had to be done with our dress, the way we appeared. It had to be done with the music that we would perform, which had to be original to the time period, and it actually had to be played on original instruments. So we went to that detail to try to accomplish our goal.
The Wildcats have been consistently active in the region since the early 1990s. Recently, they had the honor of playing at the Indiana Bicentennial Parade on Philadelphia Street. Among the band's multiple achievements include dedicating the Gettysburg Visitor Center, holding concerts at the state capitol, and playing for hundreds of people at the Kennedy Center. None of this would have been possible without the integrity of B.J. Pino.
Working with BJ Pino is always great because he knows exactly the sound that he wants, and rehearsals are always geared towards, making a great product, encapsulating exactly what people would have heard 150 plus years ago.
As far as BJ Pino's leadership, there's no doubt that he has a real clear concept of what he wants for this band and the presentation that he wants to make to an audience. He knows what music we should be playing and under what circumstances, and together we can come up with stories and information that we present to our audience. So he's superb at doing that.
The fight for Little Round Top proved to be pivotal and had a bloody impact on the Battle of Gettysburg.
So in the time that I've been in the Wildcats, one of my greatest memories is being able to play in Gettysburg. It's really a breathtaking experience. If you've never been to Gettysburg, I would highly suggest anybody to go. But being able to create the sights and sounds that would have happened in that exact moment, 150 years ago is kind of breathtaking. And being able to play on Little Round Top, hymns and beautiful music, I wouldn't trade anything in the world for it.
It was something that we wanted to do for ourselves. Not being selfish, we just wanted to pay tribute to those that we feel still remain. We actually feel almost as veterans when we return there because we've had privileges that few people have had. But the privilege of being able to interpret really what occurred there and tell the human interest stories. Whenever you look deeply into any aspect of Gettysburg, Antietam, or what have you, you'll always find these clips of stories, battles, movements, troops, what have you. But I can assure you that there are some absolutely magnificent personal interest stories, and I encourage young people especially to find those. 9 chances out of 10, you're also going to find a reference to music or something very personal in that.
Throughout the years of rehearsals, traveling, concerts, and camaraderie, the men of the Wildcat Regiment Brass Band share a bond that has transcended time. Unfortunately, the members have decided it is time to put down their instruments. The decision was not an easy one.
I'll miss being with the men in the band. It is like a family for us. We like getting together to rehearse. I mean, it's hard work, but we enjoy that time together.
I will miss the camaraderie. I will miss being part of everyone else's life and vice versa. But we're a pretty close bunch. We still haggle each other and we still keep pretty close.
The Wildcats concert was not only musical entertainment, but a true experience. They hope their concerts make the audience truly reflect on our nation's history.
It's my belief that there's a lot of Americans don't really know much about music in the mid-19th century, and it's part of our mission and objective to present that information and the music itself in as true presentation as we can. So that's clearly what we want to do.
Hopefully this generation of the Wildcat Regiment Band can drum up some excitement about the Civil War and the things that had happened in the past. The interest is going down, but I hope that some young people like myself and even younger in high school can see what we're doing and replicate it on their own or join our own organization, which is kind of melding into some other opportunities.
Saying goodbye was not easy, but the band members have comfort in knowing their music has touched the souls of many.
As far as the education, we really want to reach out to young people, music educators and music students, and enrich them with this music from the 19th century.
We want people to take away from our concerts that they have a look at where we came from. If your interest is music, then you understand what the effect of this brass band would have been in the history of band music in America and beyond. Or if your interest is in history, you would have seen how a band performed in 19th century culture.